Okay, I think I have just gone live. Let's double check. Yes, I have gone live. All right, perfect. Now let's just tell a few people. I don't know how this is gonna go. Last couple of Sundays. Actually, I missed last Sunday. But last couple of Sundays, had to leave stream for like 30 to 40 minutes to attend to my baby. So, let's go ahead and just do that. All right. All right. I need to move my keyboard out of the way here, and then let's grab a deck. And prep a few other things. But I don't want to make a big deal about telling everybody and then having to leave stream, so just in case baby ends up crying again. All right. If it's not news to everybody, I'm still sick. Yeah, I've had the same thing. It's not COVID still. And let's see. Hello, Magic Man. Hello, I am the king of your stream. Welcome in. Welcome back. Let's see here. Thanks for being here. I literally just pressed the button and then I was just hanging out for like a minute. And then I was like, maybe I should start. I don't know. At the end of the day, I want to just do magic. And so that's what I'm going to do. Let's see. Yes, if you would like to request something, exclamation point TL, and then you can look at the list of tricks, click on something, and if you don't know what to request but you want to request something, you can hit exclamation point random. That'll put a random trick from my trick list into the queue. All right. Let's see, in the meantime, I kind of want to do this one. So I'm just going to start doing a trick as a warm up. I know I can do this one, so I'm like, all right, let's just warm up. All right, so this trick just requires 4 cards, and these 4 cards are the 4 aces. Hello, welcome in, Sarcasm and Shots. So a lot of these aces have been signed, so if anybody missed the memo from, I guess, the last few streams, anybody who's subscribing, you can sign a card. So let me know which card you want to sign, and that's that. But anyway, so if I was to just place some cards down, you're just trying to watch where the ace of spades is placed. So if I place the ace of spades here, and I place the ace of clubs here, and the other cards, where would you say the ace of spades is? And I started off doing this trick as an observation test for the latest magic show that I put together. Hey, welcome in, Bagwop. I can't log in. Oh, That's a shame. If you see a trick that you want, I think you can do exclamation point TR for trick request, and then like the name of the trick, and that'll be fine. Or you can just let me know. I'll pop it in. FYI, I have to work and lurk, but we'll try and respond. Sarcasm shots. It's okay. No worries. I appreciate the lurking. So let's see. Gibson Lens, welcome in. Let's see. So if anybody was paying attention, I actually didn't do anything magical. This is actually just a straight wherever you think the ace of spades was, is that's actually where it is. So in this case, it's going to be right here. So ace of spades right there. So one of the things that is done in card magic is priming your audience. So you may do something once prior without doing any sort of fishy moves. But then when you do it a second time, it'll look exactly the same. So like right here, ace of spades. Let's go ahead and place the ace of spades here. Ace of clubs. Place the ace of clubs right here. The other two right there. And then we ask the same question, where do you think the ace of spades is? And the first time it was done where I didn't do anything, so you could pay attention and you would actually get it correct. But this time, if you were paying attention, if you guessed what logic would dictate, basically no cigar, you would not get it correct. So a lot of people would say it's here under 1. That is actually not the ace of spades. And actually, that is not where any of the black aces are. The black aces are over here. All right, cool. So anyway, that was my warm-up. Bad Guap's like, WTF, what? Yeah, Bad Guap, that was just one trick. I have many more. I have like 50 tricks on my trick list, so if anybody wants to request one, otherwise I will just randomly add them. My mind is fucked. My apologies, Bagwap, but hopefully you enjoyed. That's okay. That's hopefully one of the reasons why some people come to the stream. So, let's see. 4 burglars. Yeah, we can put 4 burglars in there. Hey, welcome in, Kishloba. Hello. All right. Sorry, exclamation point candy doesn't do anything in this stream. I don't play piano. I don't have Keysight. None of those things. So, let's see. Oh, excellent. 4 burglars already been placed into the queue. Thanks, Gibson Lens. Oh yeah, if anybody missed the memo, let's welcome in Gibson Lens. He is our mod. He is a mod. He's actually the first mod of this channel, so I don't have any other mods. Let's see. Actually, let's give Gibson Lens a shout out. If only I knew how to type. So anybody likes piano, I often go to his streams to request piano songs. He composes a lot of his own work. He plays VGM, he plays like esoteric music, but he has a lot of originals. So, and he also plays video games on occasion as well. So let's see here. 4 burglars. All right. So 4 burglars is a trick that normally discusses 4 burglars. I recently rethemed the 4 burglars trick for my latest magic show, which actually I don't think I've had a chance to tell anybody about, but I was recently asked to put on a magic show for my workplace, and I did, and that happened not this past Thursday, but the Thursday before. And I missed streaming last week, so sorry if anybody is expecting me to stream last week, but the universe didn't want me to stream last week, long story short. So between the whole family being sick, baby waking up, and then when I was about ready to stream, my cat threw up, I had technical internet problems, and then it got to this point where it was like super late, and I'm like, if I start stream now, I'm going to stream for 2 hours. I'm going to have to wake up early in the morning because something at work, and I was like, all right, screw it, which was good because I ended up doing some YouTube stuff. So anyway, if you guys don't mind, I'm going to be performing Four Burglars as though I had the re-theme, so we will do it that way. And I think I showed you guys this at some point a few streams ago, but I actually had to cut this trick for that magic show, so it could not be in the magic show because I was like, oh, we're running out of time. All right, this one's the weakest one out of the set, so I'm like, all right, let me take it out. And so that's what we ended up doing. All right, here we go. Four burglars. All right, so normally these jacks would be four burglars, but today they are all different parts of a software engineering team. So we have the product manager, we have the software engineer, we have the quality tester, and then we have the manager. The manager is the one who's going to be making sure that all of these people get their work done. And what we're going to do is have these other jacks. So we'll have the product manager go about doing their work. We're going to have the software engineer go to a different part of the stack. Anybody who's in software, tech stack, haha, okay, great. And then we'll have the quality advocate or quality tester go and do their work at different parts of the company. So they all go do their work, and the manager is responsible for making sure that they all get their work done. And when they get to the end of a sprint, now for anybody who doesn't know, there is a methodology in which software teams will work. They'll do work briskly in a sprint, and then any work that they get delivered, they can deliver at the end. That's basically the completion of the sprint. So at the end of the sprint, the manager says, hey, let's have the quality assurance person, the software engineering person, and the product person all ship their work out. And that is my handling performance of Four Burglars, re-themed as a software engineering team. All right. Thanks for the claps, Bagwap, Gibson Lens. Thank you kindly. Good thing you brought, Gibson says, good thing you brought in quality assurance so early in development. Yes, yes. So at my company, we try and have everybody represented pretty early during the development process. So I'd like to think the quality of the work we put out is pretty good. If anybody doesn't know, I'm a software engineer. Let's see. Welcome in, Austin Attack 12. Oh my god, thank you for the raid. Oh my god. Oh my god. Overwhelming emotes. Overwhelming. All right. Let's see. First of all, let's get a shout out for Austin Attack 12. If anybody doesn't know, Austin Attack 12 plays video games. And I also end up seeing a bunch of clips from Austin Attack 12 because she's featured often on Chris ME. Which, speaking of Chris ME's Clip ME show that happens every other Saturday. So, but let's see. Welcome in. So let's see. Welcome in Austin Attack 12. Welcome in KLAF 5953. Welcome in Welcome in, Books, Brews, and Booze. How's it going? All right. Let's see. If anybody wants to request a trick, feel free. The queue is empty. And that was just the second trick, so I haven't been streaming that long, so you haven't missed much yet. Let's see. I'm going to step away just for a little bit. All right. Austin Attack 12. Totally understand streaming. You do what you need to do, but if you want to request anything, feel free to come back. And otherwise, hopefully you enjoy whatever tricks anybody requests. Let's see. So for anybody who hasn't seen me before, hi, my name is Nam. I am a sleight of hand magic enthusiast. I mostly do card tricks, but I've co-opted a StreamerSonglist to allow people to request tricks. Welcome in. Look, it's Mike O. How's it going? No worries. I know it's like sometimes when you're watching a stream, it's like, oh, okay. Oh, they might be wrapping up soon. All right, I'm just going to step away just for like 2 minutes. Grab like something from the kitchen, a snack or something, come back. It's like, the raid has already happened. I get it. So, no worries. Let's see, if anybody is interested in requesting a trick, you can look at my co-opted streamer song list, doing !TL for trick list. And if you want to request something but you don't know what to request, you can type in !random. That will randomly request something and put it here in the queue for you. And then if not, we will. I'll just randomly put one into the queue. And in the meantime, actually, Books, I have some news for you if you're still in chat there. Books, Brews, and Booze, I have my steampunk tarot deck on me. I got it. I got it about, I don't know, 5 days ago or something. But hey, welcome in, Sencha Katner. So Sencha, I heard that maybe I'm pronouncing your name incorrectly. So if you can correct me, Sencha Katner, if that's correct, type in a 1. If it's actually Sensia Katner, type in a 2. Because I'm not actually sure. All right. In the interim, we have a request put into the queue, Ultimate 3-card Monty. Placed in the queue by Bagwap. Excellent. Thanks for shouting out. Yeah, Chris M. Yee and Books, Brews, and Booze. All right, first things first. We have a request for the Ultimate 3-card Monty. Bagwap, if you are in the chat, I may ask you to make a guess at some things. So, we have a red 3, a red 2, and the Ace of Clubs. The name of the game is Follow the Ace of Clubs. Now, here's the thing. Actually, I don't even know why I'm mixing these up. I should just let you place things. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to lay out a few markers here. Let's lay out 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. Okay. So, you're going to try and follow the ace. Where would you like me to place the ace? In position 1, 2, or 3? Okay, Bagwap says the ace is going to go under 1. Okay, where's the 2 going to go? Under 2 or 3? 2. All right, and by default, the 3 must go under the 3. Okay, remember, the name of the game is to follow the ace. I'm just going to make 2 switches. I'm going to do it very slow. 1, 2. All right. Now, anybody's free to play, but I will wait until Bagwap guesses. Where is the ace now? In the meantime, I will catch up with chat here. So, Sensia Katner said 1 and 2 lol. The difference is just a phonetic commonality thing. You got the vowels in the right place. Okay, Bagwap says that the A should be under the 3, and I think a lot of people would say that. However, if I show you what's under the 3, you'd be surprised because that's actually the 2. And if some people were like, whoa, 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 it must be under the 2. No, 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 that's the 3. And of course, we have the ace over here under the 1. I know, super strange, right? Okay, that's okay. We're going to play the game again. All right, but this time I'm going to make it a little bit more, I'm going to make it easier for you. And actually, we are going to go ahead and just place the cards. Actually, I'll do the same thing. All right, I'm going to place the ace under the 1, like you had said last time. I'm going to place the 2 under the 2, and then the 3 under the 3. Once again, I'm going to make 2 swaps. 1, 2. All right, where do you think the ace is? Feel free, anybody, go ahead and play. We'll wait for Bagwap to make a guess if it's under 1, 2, or 3. 1. Okay, I know everybody's laughing because I just swapped these, and then it appeared as though I just swapped them back. But Bagwap says it's under 1. That's what a lot of people I think would say. But if I show you, it's actually the 2. And if you thought it was under the 2, you would be right. And of course, here's the 3. Yes, yes, I know. Super weird, right? That's okay. That's okay. Here, let's make this things easier. You're probably thinking like, it's too hard because there's 3 cards and you only have 2 eyes. I know, I know. So this is actually what we're going to do. So I'm going to just eliminate one of the cards. So we're going to remove the 2. That one's irrelevant. I will once again place the ace under the 1 and the 3 under the 2. And I'm just going to make 2 swaps. Hey, welcome to the channel, and thanks for following. It's Copia. All right. I swear I didn't do anything during that Kappa Gen. So 2 swaps. Ready? 1 and 2. Is it under 1 or 2? One. That's what a lot of people I think would say. But actually, this is why you don't play 3-card Monte with anybody on the street, because that's a 2, this is a 3, and the ace is over here. And that, my good friends, is the ultimate 3-card Monte. Let's see. Thanks for the claps and emotes. Chris M. Yee, sarcasm and shots. Thanks for the request, Bagwap. Thanks for the claps, Gibson Lens, and Chris M. Yee. Bagwap's like, what face? David Piano, welcome in. If we can get a shout out for David Piano as well, also piano player. I'm saying also piano player because there's a lot of piano players currently in the chat. So, yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed the ultimate 3-card Monte. All right, next we have a request from Chris M. Yee. All right. Chris M. Yee, that was bananas! Chris, have you not seen that one? I have. Okay, it's still crazy. Yeah, still clean. Still clean. Books, Brews, and Booze says, hey, I was getting cheesecake and now I'm back. So hello. Oh, okay, if you'd stepped away, Books, Brews, and Booze, I don't know if you caught the memo, but I got my tarot deck in, my steampunk tarot deck. So, for the most part, I was working my way down your list. Awesome. Hal Thorne says, hey, hey! Let's see if we can get a shout out for Hallowthorn. He is one of the other Magic streamers that streams on Twitch. Singaporean, I was about to say musician, Singaporean magician, and will oftentimes try and accommodate U.S. hours during his streams. But he ends up streaming, and then he goes to work for a full work day. He might do like 6 gigs or something. But anyway. All right, so let's see. We have a request from Chris M.Y. for the trick, Arya. So first things first, we have the 4 aces separated from the deck. There's no duplicates. There's no other aces. And I mean, these aces are signed. You're going to know that they're the same aces anyway. And we are going to go ahead and leave all of these out here. That's off camera. There we go. Okay. Much better. Okay. Now everybody can see. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and turn them all face down. And then what we're going to do is place 3 cards on to each one of these piles. Okay. 3 cards on top of each one of these piles. And now what we're going to do is show you that we're going to go ahead and tuck the ace into the pile of the other 3 cards and shove them somewhere into the deck. So this one will go kind of into the middle. All right, this one, we're going to take the ace, place it in here, shove it kind of somewhere near the bottom. Okay. This one, we're going to take the ace and shove it somewhere maybe a little bit closer to the top, like so. And then this one, we are going to do something interesting because all we need to do is just grab these 3 and do a 1, 2, 3, and actually that's going to make all 4 of the aces hop back to the top, and they're nowhere else to be found here. And that, my good friends, is the Aria card trick. Alright, let's see. Hey, welcome in, Monzon Official. Hey, what's up? What's up? I'm doing magic, and I'm crossing my fingers that I don't have to be interrupted for a stream. And I was actually really tired before streaming started, and I'm like, I didn't stream last week. I both felt guilty and sad, but I'm like, well, I tended to important stuff last week. And this week I'm like, I don't care. I'm streaming, so I'm streaming anyway. But anyway, welcome in, Monzon Official. So yeah, Monzon. I hung out in Monzon stream not too earlier today actually, and also a relatively new streamer. So not even an affiliate yet, I believe. But I caught Monzon streaming guitar. So let's see. Oh yeah, Gibson Lens is the ace of clubs. Yes, Gibson Lens right there. There we go. Doing well. It's my first stream as a mod. Oh, yeah, yeah. Everybody, Gibson Lens is my first mod. And not only that, this is the first stream in which he was able to mod. So, thank you kindly, Gibson Lens. Appreciate it. Thanks for the claps. Bagwap, David Piano. Look, it's Mike O. Chris M. Yee. Choose my weapon. How about the almighty board flip? Oh, yeah, yeah. I mean, this implies the dice. If anybody is not a fan of Dungeons & Dragons or other tabletop RPGs that use dice, the types of dice are usually indicative of the type of weapon or the type of damage that you're going to be dealing. Yep, extremely nerdy and geeky, but hopefully this is the right audience for that. So, all right. Let's go ahead and get ready to perform the vampire card trick by Look, it's Mike O. Look, it's Mike O. Thanks for the request. Totally appreciate it. All right. Board flip trumps the whole game. Yes. Board flip does trump the whole game. Actually, for digital games that don't have a table flip, I know that there's some, like if you play on Tabletop Simulator, you can actually flip the table in Tabletop Simulator. But like there's other games that are digital board games that don't have a flip option. So would they trump that? I don't know. Anyway, that's a philosophical question. Okay, so we are going to be performing the vampire card trick from Look, it's Mike O. All right, so vampire card trick. Here's the thing. We have a bunch of cards here. We have the Ace of Hearts. We have the Two of Hearts. We have the Three of Hearts. And we have the King of Spades, which is going to represent our vampire. And our vampire is actually going to be sucking the blood out of our victims. We'll use the Ace to represent the first victim, the 2 to represent the second victim, the 3 to represent the third victim. Now, all we have to do is just wait, and the vampire has done his work. Because, look, the third victim has been untouched. Here's the second victim, and there's our vampire. But actually, if you notice, the Ace is gone. Not only the front, but the back. The blood has been completely sucked out of the Ace. Completely. I know. Super strange. Now look, we have 2, the second victim, the 3, and of course our vampire. And the vampire is going to be sucking the blood of our second victim. And all we need is a second for the vampire to do his work. Because, if I show you now, the third victim still untouched. The vampire right here. But look, the second victim has had the blood completely sucked out of him. I know. Super strange, right? That's okay. Now what we're going to do is show you how the vampire takes out the third victim. And look, the blood has been completely sucked out of the third victim. So weird, so weird. Now, here's the thing. The vampire kind of lives in modern day society, and like everybody knows that when 3 people go missing or are found dead with like vampire teeth marks in their neck, they're gonna try and find the vampire. But here's the thing, this vampire knows that, and so this vampire needs to find a way to get the hell out of Dodge. And what we are going to do is show you that the vampire knows how to turn into a bat and fly away. And that, my good friends, is the vampire card trick. Hopefully you enjoyed that. Alright, let's see. Yeah, phone flip. Coincidentally, I don't want to see me whining. Monzon, nice hand movement. Thank you kindly. Monzon, have you done any sort of magic before? Just curious. Welcome in, Mark Rides. Thanks for coming in. Hopefully you enjoy your time here. Look, it's Mike O. Not like this. Oh, man. Look, it's Mike O. I just want to let you know that you shouldn't lose any sleep over this. I did not sign any deals with the devil or vampires or anything like that. This is all sleight of hand magic. So just know that I am doing something and then lying to you. That's basically what a magician is. So let's see. Chris M.E., thank you for the Pika. And then Bagwap. How? Monzon. Wow. Mark Rides. I finally caught the third act of the triple Twitch magic team. Oh, well, welcome in, Mark Rides. I'm so happy that you are here, that you can then see. So I would assume then you have seen Infozar's stream and you've seen Hallowthorn's stream. And then they refer to me as the third half of Magic Twitch. So sorry, I don't have a schedule. Long story short, I do have a 40-hour per week job, software engineer, and I have a relatively new baby, i.e. 1-year-old now. So finding time is really hard. But I was like, if I don't stream now, I probably won't have time to stream later. So I'm taking risks to stream now, and that's just kind of, like the last 2 streams, I felt really bad because it was like my second and third affiliate streams. People subbed, gave me bits, and then I had to leave stream for like 30 or 40 minutes, and I'm like, I feel so guilty. But I'm like, all right, at the end of the day, I have to be a good father, and that was my goal. It's just like, we had a baby, gonna be a good father. It's like, it's fine. There's still plenty of time to stream. I'll stream later. So hopefully nobody gives me any flack. I know that everybody in here is actually very respectful, so thank you very much for being here. You guys are part of other communities that have kind of brought me in, invited me, made me feel welcome. So thank you very much for always making me feel good. Let's see. Chris M.E. Vampire Escape! Look, it's Miko. Bro! How? Bagwap. How? TF! Chris M.E. says, that was awesome! Thanks for the claps. Chris M.E. Gibson Lens. David Piano. Sencha says, these darn cheaters. Wallenson says, no, but I try to watch the hands. Yep, that's what people try to do. Look, it's Miko. Are you a witch? That was incredibly impressive. No, I'm not a witch. Sleight of hand magic enthusiast. I sometimes call myself a magician. I'm not a magician officially, apparently, in any circles, because I haven't paid any dues for any official magician organizations. I've tried to avoid it, but I think most people who have seen me perform or do some tricks, they'd probably call me a magician. Let's see. If you are as good as your counterparts Jack and Hallowthorn, I will love it. Oh, well, hopefully. Well, here's the thing. Like, we all have different styles, right? Like, Hallowthorn and Jack, they have their own style. I have my own style. The important thing is if you are entertained, that's all that matters, right? That's effectively what magic is. Even if you know how stuff works, you can totally enjoy, the practice of magic. Let's see. There are lucrative deals with the devil available. Oh, yeah. I mean, I hear the devil has a lot of openings. Let's see. David Piano, IRL comes first. Oh, thank you kindly, David Piano. Yes, I actually have the baby monitor right here, right now. So I'm trying not to get too loud. Let's not get too rowdy. How fast can you change a diaper? That'll be a good magic trick to learn. I will let you know that me changing a diaper is way slower than me changing a card. So what card is this? That's like a jack of diamonds, right? And so that's how quickly I can change a card. But to change a diaper, it's like, I don't know. Let's see. Congrats on the... Oh, thank you for the congratulations. You really share a really cool gift with us. Oh, yes. I try. I'm a sleight of hand enthusiast. Thanks, Chris. Thank you kindly, Chris. Let's see. Hallowthorn says, my package from TCC just arrived. Haha, I'm checking them out right now. Ooh, that's awesome. Let me know if you got any interesting... to be fair, like decks of cards. That's mostly what I care about at the moment. So, Books, Brews, and Boo says, you are 100% a magician. Ah, thank you kindly. Yeah, I was not very comfortable calling myself a magician until about like 1 year after I started practicing Magic. So all right, so we have a trick request for the inverted card trick requested by Books, Brews, and Booze. All right. Books, unfortunately, I'm going to have to use a regular deck of cards here because I won't be able to use the tarot deck for this one. Hellthorn says, got a couple of packet tricks. Oh, excellent. So, for anybody who is uninitiated to the world of card magic, so there are some tricks that use the entire deck of cards. Then there's other tricks that use packets of cards. So some of them are small packets. I'm actually going to give you a small glimpse into my little world right now because I have some packets that I already pre-separate. So here's the Vampire card trick, Forward card trick, and Trading Kings, if you guys have seen me perform those before. Because obviously in a regular deck of cards, sometimes you need like fun props. For example, blank cards. So like, for example, you need some blank cards in these card tricks. So that is a little look behind the curtain. All right, so here we have a deck. It's actually a little irrelevant that what order it's in or that I know what cards are, but Books, would you like to select a card? If you want to count cards from like the top to the bottom, 1 through 52. Wait, are the jokers in here? 1 through 54. I guess if you get a joker, we're going to re-roll because it's not going to... Actually, hold on. Before I do that, let's remove the jokers because this is actually not going to be that impressive because there's 2 identical jokers. 1, 2. Okay. Here we go again. 21. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 21. Would you like to change your mind? This would be your chance. Book says, what? Unfollow. That's okay. If you refollow, that'll give me a chance to test my audio thing because I don't know if I got my audio stuff working. Okay, nope, don't want to change your mind. Okay, great. This is actually going to be the card. Now, it doesn't really matter that I know what this is, so let's go ahead and just flip it over. So for everybody, this is the 6 of diamonds, okay? So what we're going to do is place... No worries, there's no chat delay. I actually feel like it's fine. Like, there's no big deal. Okay, 6 of diamonds. We're going to go ahead and place this back into the deck, like so. And then what we are going to do is we are going to have the deck try and find your card because... Oh, I don't want to bring it off camera. Look. Now, if I go ahead and spread through the deck has done something interesting to find your card. Because look. There's actually one card that is now facing in the opposite direction. That happens to be your 6 of diamonds. And this is not like, there's no duplicate 6 of diamonds in here. But what we can do is do this again. Now that in and of itself is a trick that you can learn. It's usually one of the easiest tricks to set up. I hopefully dress it up nice. But usually it stops right there. So now we're going to take it one step further and do it again. So I'm going to go ahead and place it into the deck here. And some people, if you know how it's done, I'm just going to spread right there and show you that that's... So look, what I'm going to do is place it in here. And now if you don't realize, I'm going to go ahead and snap. But what that snap did is actually going to turn it face down in the other direction. Because now if I spread, you're going to see that there is a card that is facing in the other direction, but it's actually not, you know, it's your card, if I show you, right, is actually, believe it or not, right there, 6 of diamonds. And that is not normally done as part of the inverted card trick, if anybody is familiar with it. So anyway, hopefully you enjoyed. Thank you for the request, Books, Brews, and Booze. Thank you for the claps, Chris M. Yee, Books, Brews, and Booze. The Ooh Monzon. Hey, welcome in, Abdish10. The deck didn't do shit. You're doing some kind of black magic sorcery. Yes, as I was explaining earlier, I'm a fan of sleight of hand magic, so I'm using sleight of hand. There's no sorcery or devil deals or anything like that. Just good old sleight of hand magic. So, let's see. How do you invert them? I know you had to do something to invert it, but I can't figure out how. Well, so you know, this is a rare time, and honestly, I set aside this trick as a trick to teach people. I can go ahead and show you how the basic version of this is done. I actually learned this kind of like in grade school, but then kind of abandoned it when I didn't really do magic. But normally, so let's say you have the deck here. The first phase of this, which is that first half, is normally done with a deck that is set up with a bottom card that is turned facing in the opposite direction. And if anybody follows that, so boom, 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 follow, you have to secretly hide a few things, like this turnover, this insert, you can't have it split. Okay, and then you also have to hide turning it back. Now, here's the thing. What I did in my performance, I showed you the whole deck. I could show you the top and the bottom because there are sleights that I can do to correct this. But how this would have to end here is showing that that's face up. But I was able to spread and not show you that a bottom card was face up. How did I do that? How did I do the second phase? Because the second phase will completely fool anybody who's seen that version of the trick before. And yeah. My apologies, Books, Brews, and Booze. But I was like, it is okay sometimes to let people in on a little bit of something. Hopefully you didn't appreciate the rest of it. Okay, all right. Let's go back, and that is the inverted card trick. All right, let's see here. What did I miss? Mark Rides, how do you invert them? Well, I just showed you one singular phase of inversion, but that doesn't explain everything. Dagon Templar. Yes, thanks for the explanation. It's okay that I shared that here, but for future reference, let's not reveal anything in chat, just in case people don't want to know. But if I'm explaining it, it's my stream, it's okay, but let's not spoil it for anybody else who doesn't want to know. My apologies, Books, Brews, and Booze. Let's see. Monzon says, a magician never reveals secrets. Well, I don't know. There are some tricks that require letting people into the fold to know. Yes, Books, Brews, and Booze. Yes, it's okay to listen again. Yeah, I think it's okay as a presentational thing, right? There are some tricks where if you give people just a little bit to know about, hey, this guy's cool, he's letting me know a little bit about magic, and then you pull the rug out from underneath them because you're kind of using their new knowledge against them as part of like the presentation of whatever trick you're actually trying to show them. So yeah, let's see. Abdish 10, do your magic now. I mean, I'm in the process of, let's set up for French twist. But yeah, if anybody who just joined, hi, my name is Nam. I am a sleight of hand magic enthusiast, and I've co-opted a streamer song list to allow people to request tricks. So feel free to !TL for the trick list. And if you want to request something but don't know what to request, you can type in !random to put one into the queue. Let's see. It's the only card trick I know. All right, that's fine. Dagon Templar. Let's see. Mark writes, I'm still more confused because the card that was inverted to start was not our card. Let's see. It's safe again. I'm choosing ignorance and going forward. Life is more interesting that way. Tricks where the audience is let in really blow my mind. Yeah, so like one of the tricks that kind of reveals that a particular kind of sleight exists circumvents. It's called the invisible palm. So if anybody wants to request that, that is available in my trick list. Let's see. Thanks, random. Okay, cool. Oh, unfortunately, there's one thing on my list that is actually not a magic trick, and that's solving a Rubik's Cube. If you want to see it, I can still do it. But if you wanted to request something else, Mark Rides, let me know, because that is literally the only thing on my list that is not a magic trick. So, and okay, yeah, let me go ahead and just remove that for you then, because you did not intend to put that in there. Okay, all right. All right, so French twist. Okay, so this trick will require the 4 aces. Now, people who are unaware of what twisting the aces types tricks are, they are a family of tricks in which you're doing something interesting to flip over the aces from face up to face down or face down to face up, depending on the trick. So here, what we have is the ace of diamonds. Hold on. Let me actually restart because I'm using this red deck, which I had swapped to for one of the other tricks. But let me use the one that has people's names on it because people subscribed. They should be able to see their usernames if they would like. Okay, sorry about that. Okay. Okay, so as I was saying, the tricks about twisting aces are basically turning cards face up and face down. So we have here's an ace, here's an ace, and here's an ace. And what we are going to do is I'm going to show you a method in which when I hold the aces in my hand like this and I shake the packet of aces, one of the other aces will turn face up. So it's probably easier if I demonstrate. So look, if I show you right now, I'm going to hold this packet, I'm going to give it a little bit of a shake. And believe it or not, that's actually going to turn up one of the aces. In this case, it turned up the ace of hearts. But now I can show you that all 4 aces are face down. Okay, but now look, if I'm going to hold the pack, give it a little bit of a shake, and believe it or not, that's actually going to turn up another ace, in this case, the ace of clubs. I know, super strange, right? So we have all 4 aces face down. But look, if I just go ahead and I hold the packet and now I give it a shake, like that, that's actually going to turn one of the aces face up. I know, super weird, right? And so now, once again, all the aces facing in the same direction. But if I hold the packet and I give it a little bit of a shake, that's going to get our final ace, which should be the ace of spades. Ace of spades right here. Now, here's the thing. That's a little neat, nifty trick that you can do with a packet of aces. And that's how you would do it in this case for these. But if I show you doing something interesting with not just the packet, but the whole deck, and before I do that, let me just go ahead and spread the deck and show you that there's nothing weird and awry. But if I place the aces on the top, and I cut them in the middle, and I hold the whole deck, and I give the whole deck a shake, it's got to be very vigorous, because now there's a lot more cards in play. And as I'm shaking these, believe it or not, those aces will do what they know how to do when they're shaken. If I spread, you're going to see that all the aces are now face up. And you know that they're the same aces because, I mean, they're effectively signed. So, but yeah, it's no other aces. And that, my good friends, is the French twist. Thank you for the claps, sarcasm, and shots. Gibson Lens. Oh yeah, thanks for the mulligan, Gibson. Monzon. Wow, very nice. All right, awesome. Hopefully you enjoyed that. That was pretty cool. Yeah, sorry for starting over, but I was like, wait. Let me use the right deck for this. Thanks for the claps, Monzon. Okay. Alright, so Apex Aces. I will let you guys know they were a boss trick at one point, but I have done it successfully since I messed it up. But just to explain what a boss trick is, it is basically a trick that I did not perform satisfactorily previously, and I haven't done it successfully since. This was, I think, a boss trick when I was trying to become affiliate, and then after that I did it like twice successfully, so I'm like, okay, it's okay now. But yeah, there were just parts of it in which I didn't mess up where like I screwed up the trick. I was able to kind of recover, but I was not satisfied with how I had done it. So anyway, so this one was requested by Mark Rides. Thanks for the request. I believe this one was the random that requested the Rubik's Cube that replaced that one. So all right. Once again, we're going to have the aces separated, and we will be using them during the course of this trick because, you know, if you have a trick that has the name Apex Aces, you're going to be using the aces. Okay, so we're going to need a few cards selected. And it doesn't really matter that I know what it is. If anybody wants to call out a specific card, we can just look for it. If we want to do a number from the top to the bottom, it would be 1 through 48 at this point. So I'll take the first 3 numbers or first 3 cards that appear in chat, and those will be our selections. You can't select the aces. And let's see. 44, and can you tell us the card before flipping it? No. I will let you know, Mark Rides, that this is a regular bicycle deck. So this is a trick that uses a regular deck of cards. I could use a borrowed deck. It could be shuffled and in use. So there's a tag that is on my trick list, which is StreamerSonglist, called Impromptu. So the Impromptu tag basically means that this trick is impromptu and can be done with a borrowed deck. It can typically be shuffled. If you need to do any setup, it can be done like during that, but that would be this. There are such things that magicians have decks that have magician features, and they may help out in other tricks, but this trick does not require that. So let's see. 44, tell us the card before flipping it. Nope, I can't do that. Okay, so 44, so 48, 47, 46, 45, 44. All right, that's the first one. Let's see. All right, next 2 cards. Oh, sorry, I misheard you. Oh, yeah, no. I don't know what they are. I said it doesn't matter if I know what they are for this trick. So we're actually going to need 3 selections. So next 2 selections, 1 through 47 or If somebody wants to name a card, hopefully it doesn't match that one. 22. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. All right, third selection. Anybody feel free? I'll even shuffle. So anyway, while we're waiting for the third selection, I'm going to go through the first two selections. We can even put them in chat so that if everybody wants to remember. First one, 9 of hearts. Second one, 5 of clubs. Third one, Gibson Lens has rolled a D20. All right, 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. There we go. And then 5 of diamonds. And just to show you, they are all different. So there we are. Okay, put the aces off to the side for a second. Now, what we're going to do with each one of these cards is we're going to be placing them into the deck. So look, if I just go ahead and I place it just somewhere into the deck, like right here, right? Okay, so we're just going to go ahead and place that in there. Second one, do it again, possibly in some other place. Importantly, not next to the other card. Third one, maybe somewhere a little bit lower. All right, so let's see. Welcome in Elk Mutation Studios. Yo, how's it going, dude? It's going pretty well, I'd say. All right, now some magicians here might do some shuffling and cutting, and you can probably imagine that at some point the magicians could control the cards, but I'm not going to do anything like that. So what we're going to do is use these aces that are our heroes. We can even call some of them by name. The Ace of Hearts, the Avo, the Crafty Art Hole, Gibson Lens. Hi, I'm CJ. We can actually use all of those, and they are now going to be searching for all 3 of those selections. So look, if I go ahead and I send the Ace of Spades into the deck, you're going to find that it has disappeared from this stack. And now, look, what we're going to do is go ahead and once again make a second ace disappear into the stack to try and find the selections. I know, super strange. And now we'll send Gibson Lens into the deck. Because now the only one that's left is Avo, the Crafty Art Hole. And once again, we're going to send Avo, the Crafty Art Hole, into the deck. Because if you take a look now, there's no aces on the top. There's no aces on the bottom. Meow2 is raiding the stream and it has obscured the cards. Oh man. Welcome in, Meow2. If we can get a shout out for Meow2. Meow is a piano streamer, and I enjoy listening to piano music, if anybody can't tell. But anyway, I'm currently in the middle of a trick. I'll say hi in a second. But all of the aces are now found here in the middle of the deck. And actually, there's conspicuously 3 cards that are trapped in between them. And if we go ahead and pull each one of those 3 cards out, if anybody can recall what the cards are, and if you forget, you can scroll up in chat. They are the 5 of diamonds, the 5 of clubs, and the 9 of hearts. And that is the Apex Aces. And I was satisfied with that performance. All right, so welcome in Meow2. Thank you for the raid. Thank you kindly very much. Welcome in Han. Also, welcome in for the first time Lee Rock and Roll or Leah Rock and Roll or Leah Rock and Roll. Welcome in Sunshine S Games. Welcome in Trixilux. Welcome in Udi Bang JP. All right. Let's see. Thank you for the claps, Gibson Lens, and Monson says, very nice trick, very nice, awesome. Glad you enjoyed. All right. So let's see. For anybody who just came in as part of the raid, hi, my name is Nam. I am a sleight of hand magic enthusiast. I mostly like to do card tricks. I've actually co-opted a StreamerSonglist to list magic tricks instead of songs. So if anybody would like to see that, you can do !TL for my trick list, and that'll bring that up. You can request it as those songs. If you don't know what to request but you want to request something, you can type in !TL, and that will, or sorry, !random, and that will randomly put a trick into the trick list. So, but anyway, we'll do something quick. If anybody wants to, if somebody from the stream just wanted to see something. That is a what, Jack? Here, we're going to change it. It's now not a Jack anymore. There you go. Wait, Nam turns tricks? That is not what I expect. What do you mean turn tricks? Let's see. If Meow2, if you have a request or you want to request something, hallucination. All right, we're gonna bump that up to the top for the raider. For the record, this might be one of the few times that I've correctly paying attention to the raider if they request something and bumping it to the top. So, all right, excellent. So let me get set up for that here. Okay. Here we go. For Meow2, thank you for the raid. Thank you for anybody else who has come in, and for anybody who is lurking or just enjoying. Remember, I can't have magic happen without somebody watching, because when I practice magic by myself, I'm just practicing a performance. I mean, I know how it's done, so there's no magic happening in my mind, but I make the magic happen in your mind. Okay, so, all right. What we have here is the Four Kings. Now, Meow2, I know that you like magic. Meow, do you practice magic at all? Now, what we have, we are going to be doing something interesting with the Four Kings. Okay. And as part of sometimes what we do in magic, we actually have, I used to, yes, okay, so if you know how this is done, awesome. If not, then, you know, hopefully you're seeing something new. So look, if I have two of the kings face up, two of the kings face down, and I push them all together, and I turn it over, you would expect two of the kings to be face up, two of the kings face down, right? I think intuitively that's what one would expect. But look, if I just snap, I'll show you that all the cards here are all face down. I know, super weird, super strange. Now the reason why this is called a hallucination is because you sometimes can't believe what you see. And a lot of times magicians have this stigma where it's like, you shouldn't do the same trick twice. Well, that's okay. I'm going to do the same thing again, a second time. Watch, look. Two kings face up, two kings face down. Push it all together. Turn it over. Let me do the snap. Otherwise, Might not work, right? But I'm going to show you all the cards are facing in the same direction. Now, you may not realize that earlier I had done a trick where it was in the family of twisting the aces. And sometimes you can hold the pack of cards and then twist, and that'll make an ace turn face up. And actually, believe it or not, me just twisting the packet right now has turned one of those kings into an ace, and has actually turned it face up. I know, strange. And if I do it a second time, I hold the pack and do this, and look. A second ace has turned itself face up. And actually, if I just go ahead and turn the packet a couple more times, believe it or not, here's one of the aces, two of the aces, three of the aces, four of the aces, and that is hallucination. I know, super weird. And that, my good friends, is a hallucination. Oh yes, thank you for the shout out for Patahati, Gibson. Let's see. Wow, no way. OMG, bravo. Meow 2, nice. Meow, have you seen that? Had you seen that one before? Patahati says, I got goosebumps. And Meow 2 says, that ending is so great. Yeah, I like it. It's pretty good. So, interesting thing about hallucination. So, I had learned this trick. Well, I was first exposed to this trick during my first year of trying to learn magic. And I realized that I didn't have all of the skills to do it at that time. I forgot about it. And then, maybe about a year later, so during my second year of learning magic, I saw it again and I'm like, oh, that trick was really cool. Do I have all the skills to do this now? And then I did the quick inventory. I'm like, I can do this trick. And I was like, oh, so that was like super cool as like a validating thing in which I was able to then go back to a trick that I thought was either too hard or I didn't have the skills for and actually do it, a year later. And I was like, yes, I could do that. So this particular trick is like, has a special place in my heart for that very reason. Oh, and this is great because the next request uses the four aces, and we just changed all the kings to them. So perfect. And I haven't done this one in a little bit, so hopefully I don't mess this up. All right. So as we just mentioned, this is going to be shaking the aces. So we have the ace of spades, the ace of diamonds, ace of clubs, ace of hearts. And we're going to need these to do shaking the aces. Once again, this is a third variation of one of the twisting the ace tricks. And you'd already seen one of them, and not the last one, but earlier in the evening. So first, let's just have you keep an eye on the ace of spades. If I go ahead and I place the ace of spades face up in the face down packet, and I go ahead and I just count through the cards, you're going to be able to see that it's face up. But look, if I go ahead and I snap my fingers, that's actually going to make it disappear. I know. And as part of shaking the aces, we once again have to hold the packet and give it a little bit of a shake. Because during that shake is where all of the magic happens. Because now, if I count through, a different ace is going to be face up. See? There's the ace of hearts. I know. Super interesting, right? I have to remember. So this is the part where I don't remember. Okay, all right. I believe I snapped now. There we go. And now a different ace is going to turn itself face up. And believe it or not, so this is the ace of clubs that Gibson Lens had signed, right? But I can actually do this while the cards are face up. So if I just shake the pile, like briskly, you'll see that even the face up ace of clubs has turned now into the ace of diamonds. I know, super interesting. Okay, so now what we're going to do is just Now we've hit up all of the aces, and what I want to do now is show you how quickly magicians can turn cards face up. But first, let's go ahead and show you that all of the cards are face down. Okay. And now what I'm going to need to do is, now if I were to turn them face up like this, that would be not cool, because that's how normal people do it. But I want you to watch this card. Okay. So look, if I go ahead and I turn 1, 2, 3, that card actually is going to turn face up. But actually not just that card. I actually turned all of the cards face up. And so that is how quickly magicians can turn cards face up. And that, my good friends, is shaking the aces. Thank you for the follow, Kai36. Let's see. Thank you for the claps, Gibson Lens. Thank you for the very nice meow. All right, let's see. We have another trick requested. Let me go ahead and set up for this, because we are going to need cards from 2 decks of cards. I know. How interesting. Mark Ride says, back when I SP did magic trick of vanishing. Meow2 says, you practice a lot, so clean. I don't really actively practice that much now, but if anybody didn't know, I had a very aggressive magic project earlier this year and at the beginning of 2020. And I got a lot of practice then, but if anybody doesn't know, I basically did a YouTube video a day for 100 straight days, and the entire project is done and available on YouTube. If anybody wants to check it out, there's the playlist and my promo video for it. But yeah, so as far as like a vanishing is concerned, if anybody wanted to, so I'm not very great on like some of the optical moves, but like you could totally make a card vanish here and then reproduce it. That's probably the closest that I get to like something super visual. But let's see, we are now searching for cards to set up for Traveling Man. Sorry, I was not able to mute myself in time there. Okay, this was requested by Mark Rides. Mark Rides, if you are in the chat for this trick, we're going to need you to pick a suit. So just think of one. Don't put it in the chat yet, but when I ask, put it in. Otherwise, we will probably have to randomly get a suit later, but otherwise, let's see. Oh, Monzon wants to see the card vanish again? Yeah, sure. So yeah, here's the card, right? So you can just go ahead and make it disappear and make it reappear. And then the other thing you can do is like just grab it, make it completely disappear. Ta-da, okay. Let's see, cool shirt, by the way. Oh yeah, thanks. So choose your weapon. If anybody's a fan of D&D or other tabletop RPGs that use the standard D&D dice, that is, you know, what they are. Meow2 says, I've got a lingering dry COVID cough too. Can you make it vanish? No. Remember, I'm mostly a card magician, so COVID is not a card. I can't do anything with that. Sorry. I would also make it leave my body. I don't think mine's a COVID cough, but I've had this weird flu and possibly some mix of like allergies or something. So love that. All right. I'm glad you. So yeah, you got a free like vanish. So that's when So in Magic, there's a couple of words that magicians will use for making something disappear, and that's a vanish. And then to make something reappear, that's called a reproduction. So if you end up hearing those words in the course of like an actual magic trick, that's basically what they mean. Also, are there replacement aces you can buy, or if you have to buy a new pack each time? So yeah, as a magician that does basically only card magic, I pretty much just stock up on decks of cards. So individually, a regular deck of bicycle cards is $3, so not that expensive by in of itself. If you buy them in bulk, you can get them for cheaper. And so I don't buy them in that big a bulk. I'll buy them in like packs of 12 or 24. So it's a little bit less, but it's not too much. My other magician friend, he will purchase them by the gross. So he bought like 144 decks, and each deck came out to be like 60 cents or something. And I was like, whoa, holy crap, man. But he obviously invested, a couple $100 plus shipping. Anyway, okay, so this is for Mark Rides. This is called Traveling Man. So the reason why I needed to set up and get some cards from two different decks is because we have red backed cards and blue backed cards. I do want to let you know that they are all the same sets from each deck. They are all the jacks. So I do want to note that each of the piles are in the same order. We have the spade, the heart, the club, and then the diamond from the top to the bottom. Now, Mark Rise, if you're still there, feel free to go ahead and put in the suit that you have selected. So it would either be the spade, the heart, the club, or the diamond. Only 60 cents per deck. Yes, I know. When you buy them in bulk like that much, you need a bunch of storage space. And actually, you may not think that cards are that heavy, but like cards are heavy to ship. Clovers. All right, so clubs. All right. So here's the thing. We are going to be doing the swap in between the two packets, the red and the blue packets with the club. Okay. So here, I'll stick it out for each of the packets. They're still in the same order from the top to the bottom. Okay. And if anybody was counting, they're the third from the top. Now, if I show you, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to swap them right now. Look, watch. I'm extracting the jack of clubs from each side, and I'm going to shove it. So the red jack of clubs is now there, and the blue jack of clubs is now over here. I don't need to snap or anything because I've just done the swap. You just saw me do it. So look, if I count through these, you'll notice that there's now a red backed card in the blue packet, and actually that is the jack of clubs. I know, super strange, right? And now if I count through the red backed packet, there's actually one blue card, and actually, wouldn't you guess it, it's also jack of clubs. Now let's go ahead and restore these two packets. So once again, these are all the blue cards, these are all the red cards. So all red, all blue. Okay. Hey, welcome in, Fenwig. I'm going to go ahead and do the switch again. Look, watch. It's pretty cool. Look, I'm going to invisibly pull the jack of clubs out from each of the piles. I'm now going to put the red jack of clubs into this blue packet, and now I'm going to put the blue jack of clubs into the red packet. And believe it or not, it's already done, because now if I count through the blue packet, you'll see that there's a red card here, and that red card is indeed the jack of clubs over here. And if I count through the red pack, you'll see that there's now the blue card, and that is also the jack of clubs in that packet. And so that's how we get, in this case, Traveling Man Jack to travel in between two packets. Welcome in, Mufa Pride. So for anybody who has seen my stream a little bit before and knew I was doing a magic show, so I had a... Oh, thank you for the follow, Move of Pride. Greatly appreciate it. I had a magic show, not this past week, but the week before. Did it for my workplace. I rethemed this exact trick, and I talked about it in the context of remote working. And so I had somebody choose a suit, and the cards that swapped were just the people who were remote working with a different team, and that was pretty cool. So that was well received during the show. Okay. Let's see. Fenwig says, "Wow," and Mark Ride says, "Wow." Monzon says, "That's a good one too." Well, thank you. Yeah, I'd like to think I don't just put every trick that I know. I put tricks that I think are, well, first of all, a lot of them are fun for me to do, and then some of them are like very strong illusions, or as we call them, effects. So they're very strong effects. Usually get good reactions. Also, some of them help me like practice my presentation skills. So like the words that you say during a trick will often be referred to as patter. So the things that you say may or may not be the truth, may or may not mislead the audience. But the important thing is it builds the image of what's supposed to be happening in the audience's mind, and so that it gives them like a movie to play in their head, right? And so whether it's true or not, the words that you're saying, it helps build the story. And so for me, if I was doing that trick as the remote work, I would be like, oh, well, now the Jack of Clubs on each team, they're going to remote work with the other team. And, so that's kind of like, so I changed up my patter for that presentation for the magic show. So thank you for the claps. Gibson Lens, Chris M. Yee, and Padahati says, amazing. Well, thank you for the amazing. Appreciate that. See, thank you so much for the tricks. It's been fun. Unless you can turn 4 hours of sleep into 6. I need to get to bed now. If it's going to cause fear of missing out, be well, everyone. That's okay, Mark Rides. One of the things that I allow is that I allow VODs. So if you want to catch my VOD later, that's fine. And then if you want more magic content, I have over 100 tricks on my YouTube channel. So anyway, have a good night. Get sleep. Sleep is very important. So. Let's see. Sarcasm and shots. Lol. Tig's voice. Welcome in, Tig's voice. Ooh, magic. Ooh, I came in at the end. No. We are maybe in the middle? I don't know. I intend on doing more. So the trick queue is empty. So if anybody would like to request anything, feel free. You can do ! TL for trick list. You can it's basically my co-opted streamer song list that has magic tricks. If you want to request something but you don't know what to request, you can type in ! Random and it'll randomly put one into the queue. Except there, and this did happen earlier. If anybody wants to see a magic trick, but we happen to get the one thing that is not a magic trick, there is one thing that is not a magic trick in my trick list, which is solving a Rubik's Cube. Oh, so for every other streamer that's out there in chat right now, I have to tell you, I've reached a milestone. My first Twitch stream has fallen off of the VOD list, so it's been long enough that it's no longer within the, and I have Amazon Prime, so it's not retained for more than I think 60 days. So I've now reached that threshold. So one of the things that I did last week when I didn't stream, and I was like, oh, I need to do something. So I filmed an announcement video on my YouTube to say, hey, I'm going to now be publishing all of my Twitch streams that I had already done over there, but after the 60 days, after they expire. So they'll be available on YouTube, the entire stream for the most part. I am cutting out probably like the long interruptions, but otherwise, yeah, those will be available. So I'm having those premiere every Friday, and then I'm still having my new tricks that I do once per week on Monday. So if anybody want some more magic content, that's probably the best place. YouTube. Hanging out here on Twitch, super cool and awesome. It's really tough as a schedule for my, work and being a dad schedule. But, I'm still trying. I'm still trying. I both have fun on Twitch, and I think it's also good for me as a performer. Like, it's helping me practice my tricks regularly for an audience, which is like, if I just practice the tricks on my own, I end up having to like record it, watch it myself, and then I'm a super critical judge of myself. It's like, I don't know if anybody would enjoy this, but now like when I see people clap or like respond with like, wow, amazing, or like, oh my god, how did that happen, like in chat, it's totally super motivating. All right. I'm going to go ahead and add a random one into the chat. Hellman's Aces. All right. Oh no, can I do this one with the signed deck? Okay, we can work around this. We can work around this. That's fine. So the original way that I did Hellman's Aces is actually how I saw it viewed on YouTube videos. I reverse engineered the trick, but actually I felt like the trick was, I talked with one of my other magician friends and we agreed that it was a little bit weak. And so I went about tweaking it to make it slightly different. And so I'm going to show you this modified version now. I think I muted in time for that cough. Hopefully I didn't just cough into your ears. Okay. First things first, we are going to need 2 jokers. We have them here. Cough is muted. Excellent. Thanks, Gibson. Thank you kindly. Greatly appreciate it. Okay, next. We are going to be doing something called Hellman's Aces. And this is going to be a way for our 2 jokers, in this case a blank joker and the joker that was signed by Panda Volta. And we're going to try and find all of the aces. So what we have here are our 2 jokers. All I have to do is snap my fingers, and one of the aces is going to appear in between the 2 jokers. In this case, it's going to be Avo the Crafty Art Hole, Ace of Hearts. Now, if you missed that, here, we'll do it again. What we're going to do is snap, and that is going to make another ace appear in between the 2 jokers. And that's going to be Gibson Lens, the Ace of Clubs. Now, we're going to be able to do something interesting because each time I had the jokers face up and the card appeared face down. If I go ahead and actually just turn these cards face down like this, if I snap, that's actually going to make the ace appear in between them face up, because now if I show you, this is now the ace of diamonds, currently unsigned. And then now finally, if I snap my fingers with the cards face down, we'll have the card appear in between the 2 jokers face down. And this is our Hi, I'm CJ, Ace of Spades. And that, my friends, is how we perform Hellman's Aces. See, thank you for the claps. Sarcasm shots. Gibson Lens. Padahati. Fenwig. Tig's Voice. Thank you kindly. And it appears as though we have a request from Chris M. Yee. Let's get that request going. Let's make sure I have all of the cards for this. Okay. All right. Okay. This trick is called red packet, black packet. Let me see. Let me refresh myself. I don't want to mess this up. Boom, boom. Okay. We do that. We do this. Okay. All right, cool. Very important I don't mess this up. All right, Chris M.E., you have requested red packet, black packet. So, here we go. We've got 8 cards. I am not going to show you all of the cards at once. We'll show you some of the cards a little bit at a time. So, first of all, I want you to know that this is a packet of black pips. And so, we're just going to go ahead and place them all here. All right. And then I will just give you a glance at all of the cards in this pile, and they're all red pip cards. Okay. Now I'm going to slowly swap out cards. I'm going to go ahead and take one and place that here. And I'm going to go ahead and replace it with this one. And you would think that you can now see a black pip card in the pack. But look, if I count through them, they all actually look like red pip cards still. It's okay, we'll do it again. I'll take one out. We'll scoop this one up. Place it in there. If I snap, you would expect that you can now see a black pip card, but no. Now I'm going to do it 2 cards at a time for the last set. And so let's grab those, place that here. Snap, believe it or not, still all red pip cards. Now logic would dictate that these are actually all of the black pip cards, right? That's what one would think. But because this is a Chris M.E. special, that's not what it can be. Normally when I do this trick, these might be blank. But today, these say, "Hey, I just met you, and this is crazy. So here's my number, so call me maybe." And that, my good friends, is red packet, black packet for the Chris M.E. special. So yeah, if you guys are not aware, there's a meme going on with "Call Me Maybe." So if you guys want more explanation, Chris M.E.'s clip show happens every other Saturday. We'll probably explain it enough, and then also if you're in like Rob Kovac's streams, that'll also explain it. So. Let's see here. Speaking of which, if we want to shout out Rob Kovacs, that's fine. And then also, actually, do we give Tiggs a shout out as well, too? Shout out. All right. So anyway, hopefully you guys enjoyed that. Thank you for the claps and emotes. Let's see. Sarcasm and shots. Gibson Lens. Tig's voice. Fenwig. Monzon. Chris M. Yee. Han. Yeah, I got to sing a version in there before being banned. Let's see. Magical shout. Cool. Awesome. All right, let's see. Sarcasm and shots. You requested Ultimate 3-card Monty. Were you the one that won 3-card Monty last time? Or am I thinking of somebody else? I did do this earlier, but I don't mind doing it again. I may just not have you play if you win if you won last time. Let's see. Monzon official. Okay, folks, need to hit bed. Have a great night. We'll check in soon. All right. Thanks for joining in, Monzon. Have a glorious evening. Probably someone else. I'm never that lucky. Okay. Okay. All right. Next trick we have is Ultimate 3-card Monty. If you guys saw it earlier, you're going to see it again, but that's okay. Because we have a new mark. I mean, we have a new volunteer. So, sarcasm and shots. We have 2 red cards, the 3 of diamonds, the 2 of diamonds, and the ace of clubs. And then we have 3 positions in which the cards can be. I don't know why I'm mixing them up because it doesn't really matter. So I'm going to go ahead and place all of the cards down into one of the positions. So let's place the ace first. Sarcasm and shots. Which position would you like to place the ace in? 1, 2, or 3? Let's see. 2. Okay, right in the middle. All right. Where would you like the 2 to go? 1 or 3? Three. Okay. And then by default, the 3 must go into the first position. Now, we had originally placed the ace here. I'm going to make 2 swaps. One, 2. All right. Now, intuitively, where would you say the ace is? In position 1, 2, or 3? Lol 3. Okay. I think a lot of people would normally say 1. And that would have been incorrect because that was the 2. But you said 3. But no, that's incorrect because it's actually here under 2. Because the 3 is under the 3. I know. Super weird, right? Okay, let's do this again. What we're going to do... Oh, I don't know why I'm doing this. Okay. We're going to go ahead and set these up in the same positions that we did last time. So I'm going to go ahead and put the ace under the 2. And we're going to put the 2 under the 3. And the 3 under the 1. Once again, I'm going to make 2 swaps. Alright. Shoot, even when I try to cheat, I lose. Alright. Okay, I'm going to make 2 swaps. Ready? 1, 2. Alright. Alright, anybody's free to guess, but sarcasm and shots. Where would you say the ace is? I know a lot of people are laughing because it's like, he just switched them and he just swapped them back into the same place. Like, what's going on here? Oh, welcome in. Checking the gaff meter. I probably wouldn't have said one. Okay. Checking the gaff meter. You were the one that won, I think, last time, right? Sarcasm and Shots says 2 for the ace. That is where the 2 is, because it's over here by the 3. And of course, the 3 is here. So some people may be thinking, wow, that's completely unfair because I have 3 cards and you only have 2 eyes. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to eliminate one of these cards. So let's eliminate a position, and we're going to go ahead and remove the 2. Okay, I'm going to place the ace under 1 and place the 3 under 2. Once again, I'm going to make 2 swaps. 1, 2. Where would you say the ace is? 1 or 2? Ace is 1, 3 is 2. And that's what checking the gaff meter says. Sarcasm and Shots says 1. Okay. Well, if you guessed that the ace was over here, you'd be incorrect. That's the 2. But wait, we put the 2 over here. Well, no, because that's why you never play 3-card Monty with anybody on the street. And that, my good friends, is Ultimate 3-card Monty. Well, I was just stating the setup lol. Oh. Let's not try to divulge any methods to anyone in the chat who does not want to know. Let's see. I mean, if I expose, that's okay. It's my stream, but let's not spoil it for anybody else in chat if they don't want to know. Let's see. Fenwig says, WTF, so crazy. Well, thank you kindly, Fenwig. Thanks for the emotes and claps. Sarcasm and Shots. And Gibson Lens, checking the gaff meter. Chris M. Yee. Welcome in, Nala Tanuki. Hello, Nala Tanuki. Let's see. For anybody who is just lurking or has come in or didn't get an explanation, hi, my name is Nam. I am a sleight of hand magic enthusiast, also known as Crazy Asian on Twitch, and I have co-opted a StreamerSonglist to allow people to request tricks. So I just performed the ultimate 3-card Monty for Sarcasm and Shots and everybody else in chat. But if anybody would like to request anything, you can type in !TL for trick list, and if you want to request something but you don't know what to request, you can type in !random, and it'll randomly pick a trick to put into the trick list. But yes, Nala Tanuki, I think I followed you. I'm not sure if I've hung out because I think somebody raided in and I was like, oh, cool. And then what do you stream, Nala Tanuki? It's music, right? I'm pretty sure. Stream music, painting, and cooking. Oh, painting and cooking. All right, I'm not into painting, but cooking and music. I like both of those things. So you gotta tune in. Nala, you have added a trick, and it's one of the tricks that I said that I would only do once per stream. So this is great. I will do a dumpling stream one day. Excellent. I love dumplings. Okay, I am going to be performing the invisible deck for Nala Tanuki. All right, Nala, this is going to require some interaction. Are you ready for some interaction? Yay! Okay, excellent. I'll take that as yes. All right. So I have a deck of cards right here. And Nala, what I'm going to do is I'm going to need you to follow my instructions. I'm going to hand you the deck through the internet pipes. and you're going to be taking the deck. It might appear invisible to you, but just trust me that the deck is actually traveling over to you, okay? Are you ready to receive the deck? Here you go. I'm going to hand the deck through the internet pipes. Okay, it's in the internet pipes. Can you grab the deck invisibly? Okay, you got it. All right. Now open the deck and take all of the cards out. And make sure you are looking at the front of the cards. And just select one of the cards. Let me know once you have selected the card. And then I want you to turn it facing in the opposite direction. And then put it back into the deck. Close the deck up. Put the deck back into the box. And then when you're ready, I'm going to be ready to grab the deck from the internet again. So yeah, you know the card. Select the card, turn it facing in the opposite direction, and then in the invisible deck, and then you're going to hand the deck back to me. And then let me know once you've done that. Okay, all right. Excellent. Okay, so I have the deck now. So the deck that has traveled to Nala Tanuki. Excellent. So now I have the deck. Now I will not break away from this view. You will see this deck on screen the entire time between now and the reveal. But Nala Tanuki, which card did you turn facing in the opposite direction? Let's see, I can catch up into what I'm telling you. Yes, you can tell me. Tell the whole chat. That's what I said. I'm not going to be breaking from this view. I'm going to leave this on screen the entire time. Go ahead and let me and chat know. Jack of Diamonds. Jack of Diamonds. Interesting that you selected the Jack of Diamonds. Because if I show you, I'm going to slowly open the deck. And I don't want you to get freaked out. But you just did everything through the internet pipes, okay? No, don't freak out. Don't freak out. It's okay. It's okay. Look. If I just go ahead and I spread the deck out, there happens to just be one card. Whoops. There happens to be one card that is facing in the opposite direction. And I didn't do that to my satisfaction. This will become a boss trick for next time. But anyway, the one card that you chose was the Jack of Diamonds, right? So all these other cards are face up. This one is face down, the one that you turned facing in the opposite direction. And you said it was the Jack of Diamonds. There we are. Let's see. Nala Tanuki says, "You kidding me? Shut up!" Shut up! Hopefully I got enough emotion behind all three of those exclamation points. No way! Yes way! All right. And Nala Tanuki says, "How the hell?" Chris M.E., thank you for the claps. Oh, Nala, thank you for the bits. Thank you kindly for the 100 bits. Greatly appreciate it. So I will let you know that I did not sign any deals with the devil. I did not, use black magic or sorcery. Everything that I do in my stream is sleight of hand magic. So it is explainable. You are crazy. Oh, well, thank you. Yes, Crazy Asian is my Twitch name. So. Okay. Once again. Oh, well, you're welcome. Thank you for the bits. Thank you for visiting. Thank you for the request. So thanks. Let's see here. The queue is empty. If anybody would like to request anything, feel free. and take a swig of tea. See, you still have to cast a spell on KBG so he cuts his vegetables. You know, I have no idea what I can do to make KBG cut his vegetables. So, how do you make boss trick? Oh, so I just choose. So I keep track of like how well I did with like whatever tricks, and so in my mind I know that the invisible deck is going to be a boss trick for next stream and upcoming. I have a personal spreadsheet in which I'm going to put that in, but there is a magician's choice trick that will show you the count of boss tricks. But since I have told everybody that I'm only going to do the invisible trick once per stream, I will not be able to do it again today. The intent is, I would normally be able to go away and practice it and then come back to the next stream. So thanks for the explanation, Gibson. But yeah, I normally save the number of boss tricks on Magician's Choice, but it is not. I won't necessarily choose the boss trick if somebody chooses Magician's Choice. All right, I'm gonna put a random one into the. It randomly grabbed invisible deck. How wonderful! It heard us talking about it. I'm not going to be doing that one. All right, I'm going to go ahead and prep for the Devil's Elevator. Let's see. So, how's everybody doing tonight? I've been doing mostly well. The last couple of weeks I've been really busy at work because I have been taking hours off of work to stay home to take care of my baby because my baby could not go to daycare all week. So my wife and I were juggling who's going to take off this day and that day. And then, can your mother-in-law come over and help? It's like, oh, okay. So that's kind of what we've been dealing with all week. But I think we're all okay. It's just been extremely tiring. Let's see. Chris MU says, doing well. I've been cleaning here and there. Yeah, cleaning, I mean, sometimes depending on how long you've lived in a place or how much you let get built up, it can feel really satisfying getting a huge cluster out of the way. All right. Okay, this trick is called the Devil's Elevator. That's the classic version. And let's see, we have the 2, 3, 4, and 5 of clubs. Just to denote, these are going to be the people that we're going to put into various levels of hell. The numbers will make sense when we start the trick. And then we have red 6s and 9s. The only reason why I choose red 6s and 9s is because it's the Devil's Elevator, and at certain angles it can look like 666. So that's basically the reason why I choose those. But anyway, so we're going to go ahead and leave the 4 red cards over here, and we're going to place all of the black cards out here. So we're going to place the 5 here, place the 4 here, place the 3 here, and the 2 I'm going to place on top of the red pile. So, hey, welcome in, Eosfen. I promise I come by, so here is me. How is new friends? Oh, we actually just had this discussion. I think we're all doing pretty well. I just had a very tiring week, but for the most part, doing okay. Welcome in, Eosfen. Okay, so look, we have the 2, and each one of these cards is going to represent a level of hell. Depending on how far it is from the top, will denote its level of hell. So the first level of hell, the second, the third, the fourth, and the fifth. If we place the 2 in the second level of hell, it's harder to get out, because if at least you're at the top, you're on the first level of hell, it's near the surface, so you'll be able to find your way out. But all of these people have found the devil's elevator, and you can kind of see on the back design, it looks like these are 2 elevator buttons. And so if you happen to be in a level of hell and you want to get out, just find the elevator button. You go ahead and press the elevator up. You have to say ding, because if you don't say ding, it won't work. But look, if we check right now, the 2 has moved up to the top of the packet and is able to get out. So now look, we're going to place the 3 in the third level of hell. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Get closed in. Now look, they approach and find the elevator buttons. I'm going to say, oh, I know how to operate this. Press the up, ding, and believe it or not, that's actually going to pop the 3 up to the top of the surface. Now some people think that, I have some black cards interweaved, but if I just show you, these are the same red cards we've been using. So now if I grab the 4, and we're going to place that into the 4th level of hell. 1, 2, 3, 4. Push that in. And I'm going to go ahead and find the elevator buttons. Press the elevator up button. Ding. If I don't say ding, it doesn't work, because look. And some people think that there's more than 4 cards here, but no, these are the same 4 cards we've been using. And look, I can clearly place the 5 on the bottom. Just do that very cleanly. Close that up. And now I'm going to press the elevator button. Ding! The 5 is now going to come up to the surface and can escape. And these are the same for red cards we've been using the entire time. And that, my good friends, is how we escape the devil's elevator. Using the devil's elevator. We escape hell using the devil's elevator. Come on, I just showed you how to use the elevator, okay? Come on. Nala Tanuki says, WTF? How the heck? Eosfen. I totally lost too. Thank you for the clap, sarcasm, and shots. Nala Tanuki, Gibson Lens, Eosfen, Chris M. Yee. Thank you very much. Let's see. Nala says, I will never play poker with you. Well, it's okay, because the likelihood of us playing poker is pretty much very low, because I don't know if you play poker. I basically almost never play poker. And if we did, we'd probably play digitally, so I can't touch the cards. But it's okay. No worries. It's funny, because as a magician, every time anybody... Oh, you do? Okay. All right, so I won't be. But it's funny, you get this claim about I'm not going to play cards with you, basically from everybody when they learn that you can do magic with cards. It's like, okay, I mean, I'm not going to cheat. It's fine. I don't know if anybody realizes. I play a lot of games. It's okay. Books, Brews, and Booze, are you currently there? I did see a question earlier that I didn't respond to, but I registered in my mind, and I'm now remembering it. And to answer your question, I have opened the Steampunk Tarot deck. Yes, I have done this. And if anybody is interested, I have recently done some magic tricks with oddly shaped cards. So this happens to be a tarot deck with a bunch of steampunk images on it. The important thing is that they have a different dimensionality to other cards. So here's a regular poker-sized card. Here is this tarot card. So the tarot card is slightly more narrow and slightly taller. But on some other streams that I have done, we have, let me see where I threw those. We have done some magic with other sized cards. So I've got some Uno cards here as well. They are also smaller and shorter than regular cards. I have a jumbo-sized, what we call parlor-sized deck of cards. So like a regular poker-sized card is here. So this is both taller and wider. And so we've done some magic with some of these. Yeah. So let's see. FYI, the queue is empty. If anybody would like to request something, feel free. In the interim, let me go ahead and just show you some of the cards from this tarot deck. So I've attempted to do magic. I probably won't be able to do magic with this whole thing. It's too thick. I'd probably do magic with about... Well, the thing is, this comes with 78 cards, so I'd probably take out like at least 20 cards, which would probably make sense. But here's what some of the images look like. And this one is very nice because it's the Magician. So, how do you feel about circular cards, or is that too extra? I don't know. I mean, I like cool and weird shaped cards, but I don't. I've never really handled circular cards for the purposes of sleight of hand magic. So, oh, Chris M. Yee has selected a trick. I'm just gonna spread some of these out while I prep for the next trick. Oh, that's not gonna work. Oh man, that's so hard. All right, I'm gonna prep for the trick over here. Let's see. So as far as like weirdly shaped cards, I have played a collectible card game called Hecatomb, which has clear pentagonal shaped cards. I don't know how I would do magic, some of the magic tricks with those. Plus, some of them are see-through, so I'm not sure how well that would work. The artwork is great on those. Oh yeah, yeah, totally. When I saw these, I'm like, oh my god, that's awesome. I'm totally gonna get this. So, but yeah, books. If you want to go through this another time, or if you're curious about some images, we can. I can take some pictures or something. Unfortunately, I will not be able to do this trick with the tarot deck. So. All right. Let's see. Gibson says Hecatomb is also the name of a magic card. Yes, yes, it is. It's a black enchantment that when you sacrifice a creature to do something. I forgot. I haven't played in so long. Let's see. Eosven +1. I know absolutely nothing about magic, but art is wonderful. Oh yes, for sure. Okay, let's see. Oh, finally make sure I am properly set up here. Boom, 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 boom. Okay. Okay. We have a request from Chris M. Yee for the trick Revolver. This is going to use 4 cards. We have the Ace of Clubs, the 2 of Clubs, the 3 of Clubs, and the 4 of Clubs. And what we're going to do is we're going to fire off a bullet, and we're going to represent that by the numbers in ascending. So we're going to fire off the ace first. And when we fire off the ace, that's actually going to show that the ace is now face down. I know. Interesting, right? And now we're going to fire off the second bullet in our revolver. And that's going to make the 2 turn face down, and the ace will turn back face up. I know. Interesting, right? And then now we are going to go ahead and make the 3 turn face down, and everything else will be face back up. And now finally, we're going to go ahead and turn the 4 face down like that. I know, interesting, right? But look, here's the 4, and I don't know if you guys saw or... Hey, we have a raid! Welcome in, Alchemmutation Studios. Thank you kindly for the raid. Welcome in. So, here we are. We have the... Actually, let me wait until the raid emotes are done. I forgot that the explosion happens there. Yeah, welcome in, raiders. Alchemmutation Studios. Woo! Infozar, welcome in. Another performing Twitch magician, Infozar. Aosfen, Aya, new raid friends. Sarcasm and Shot says hello. Tiger Lily 1551. Tiger Lily, I started doing this I think after you subscribed, but I had people who subscribed sign a card. So if you want to think of a card to sign after this trick's over, we'll sign a card for you, Tiger Lily. So, all right. Anyway, so we just had each of the cards turn face down to show that that was the bullet that we shot. And now I was going to show something interesting. So look, if I show you all of these cards. So now my question is, what color are the backs of these cards? I know, it's a super loaded question, because you just saw that they were all red, right? However, they are actually indeed all blue. And that, my good friends, is Revolver. All right, let's see. Chris M. Yee, thank you for the emotes. Nala Tanuki says, "Stop creeping me out." I imagine somehow that is like an old lady's voice, but only because of how you spelled stop. Thank you for the claps. Infozar, Gibson Lens, Chris M. Yee. Aosfen says, so amazing. I have no clue. Books Bruce and Boo says, what? Oh, what? I know, right? So crazy. So crazy. All right. So anyway, I think as I mentioned, Tiger Lily, if you're still in chat, I remember you subbed, and I don't believe we ever had you sign a card. And I think I started doing that anybody who subbed after they could sign a card. So we have some of the signed cards here. So if you would like, name a card, I will write Tiger Lily 1551 on one of the cards. And this is basically, so this is my Twitch deck now. So I'm basically going to use this until every card is filled. So let me know, Tiger Lily, which card you would like me to sign for you. Let's see, these are the ones that I think are already signed, and then every other card is basically free to go. 6 of clubs. All right, 6 of clubs. This one right here. All right. Excellent. Thank you kindly. Also, if anybody else has subscribed and I have missed you, because I know there's a few that we did not get a chance to sign, let me know, and we will go ahead and get a card signed for you. So, all right, Tiger Lily 1551. Okay, I'm gonna make sure I get it right because I almost messed somebody's name, and I thought it was pretty easy, but. $15.51. Okay, 15.51. Okay, there we go. So now we have 6 of clubs signed by Tiger Lily. Thank you kindly. All right, awesome. Woo! All right. Yeah, I really almost messed up on who is it? So if you take a look at Avo, the crafty art hole, it looks like the grafty art hole, but that's supposed to be a C, and I almost messed that up. And oh, damn it! So yeah. So being extra careful now. All right. Too many cards has been requested by checking the gaff meter. All right. Checking the gaff meter has requested too many cards. Let me set up for that. Let's see. So, Alchemy Studios, what did you do? Were you doing music tonight? All right. Okay, too many cards. All right, guys, this is going to use 5 cards: ace, 2, 3, 4, and 5 of spades. And some of these are signed, as you can see there. It's Chris M. signed card as well. And what we are going to do is hopefully do something interesting. So I have I have an ace, and we are going to be placing it into the middle of the packet. Importantly, not the top. But look, if I go ahead and I snap my fingers, that's actually going to make the ace hop up to the top. I know, super weird. So look, I can do it again. I'm going to go ahead and grab it, and I'm going to go ahead and place it into the middle of the pack. You can clearly see it going into the middle. Now I'm going to go ahead and snap. Believe it or not, the ace is going to come back up to the top. Now, you're probably thinking, how is this fair? You've got 5 cards. I only have 2 eyes. You're right. So this is too many cards. Let me go ahead and remove one. I'm going to take that one out. So, all right, here we go. What we have now is followed by the 2. This is the Chris M. signed card. So, look, if I grab the 2 and I place it not on the top, like so, if I snap my fingers, the 2 will hop back up to the top. I know, you're probably saying, how is this fair? You've got 4 cards, and I only have 2 eyes. You're right, there's too many cards. I'm going to go ahead and remove one. Okay, so we're going to do something slightly different for this one. So look, if I show you that we've got the 3, 4, and the 5, if I go ahead and I place the 3 in between the 4 and the 5, now instead of snapping, I'm just going to hold the packet and give it a little bit of a shake. When I give the packet a little bit of a shake, that's actually not going to make anything jump up to the top. It's actually going to turn our 3 face down. I know, super weird, right? But it's kind of interesting because when I turn the 4 and the 5 face down, and I put the 3 back in the middle, and once again I do that shake, the 3 wants to do like the opposite. And so it's actually going to be face up in the middle. You're probably thinking, whoa, 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 Nam, how is this fair? I'm like, you're right, you're right. There's 3 cards here, and you only have 2 eyes. So we've got 2 cards left. We have the 4 and the 5. And if I grab the 4, right, and I happen to place it not on the top, you would probably say it's not on the top, right? But look, if I make it jump back up to the top, the 4 is actually now back on the top. I know, super interesting. Now if I grab the 4 and I place it on the bottom, you would think that the 4 would be on the bottom. Nope. It's actually going to jump back up to the top. I know. Now at this point, I don't know if you can make the claim, nah, that's unfair. You have 2 cards and I have 2 eyes. And I would say, well, that you can put 1 eye on each card, right? Like, but that's okay. That's fine. Look, what we can do with this one is I'm just going to go ahead and grab the 4, and just remove it from the packet, like so. So now we are left with, and you should be able to guess what this is, right? Nam, it's the 5. All right, and you're probably going to be like, whoa, 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 that's so crazy. I know that this is the 5, and you guys are right, it's a 5, but it's not the 5 of spades. It's the 5 of diamonds. Too many cards. I'll just go ahead and take it out, and you couldn't follow along because it's just too many cards. Now I have 0 cards. We're done. We're done. All right, let's see. Catch up in chat here. Let's see. It honestly hurting brain. I keep trying to understand, but just not able. Oh, yeah, I know. That's like the thing that I really enjoy and like about sleight of hand magic is that with just good sleights, you can handle a regular deck of cards and make it look like real magic, and that is like the coolest thing. That being said, you don't have to do sleight of hand magic for magic. You can do magic, and there are a whole host of other tricks that you can do and present, which are great. I just like to note that I like sleight of hand magic, but like there's math tricks, there's things that are not even card tricks that you can do. There are things for like stage magic shows and things like that, and all of those all have a place in magic. So it just depends on what you like to do, what you're capable of, how creative you are, that kind of thing. So let's see. Chris M. Yee, thank you for the Pika. And let's see. Aosven in sarcasm chat saying they are fascinated, try to understand, can't. Nala says, mind blown. Aosven says, my mind hurt. Just want to play along with people, but now my brain hurt. Oh. Checking the Gaff Meter says, these are mischievous cards. Yes, Infozar, thank you for the claps. Thank you for the claps. Chris M. Yee, Nala Tanuki, Gibson Lens. Checking the Gaff Meter. Thank you very much. Checking the Gaff Meter says, what in tarnation? And Nala says, damn. And checking the Gaff Meter says, that is just too many cards. Aosven, so amazing. Thank you. Ooh. No, I just pianist. I have no interest to learn. I love it, but heck, I have not have mind for. Yeah, it can totally hurt your mind thinking about these things. The good news is if you do want to get in sleight of hand magic and you learn a lot and then you come back, you can reverse engineer tricks by just watching the performance, which is basically what I do now. So I don't buy magic books. I try and watch other people's performances and then recreate them. And sometimes I get it. Sometimes I do it a different way, but I basically get the same thing. So let's see. Oh, got to go now, but crazy, you crazy good. Well, thank you very much for the kind compliments, Nala Tanuki. Thank you for coming in. Thank you for requesting a trick. Thank you for bits. Have a good night. So let's see. Chris MU says, is there a company that makes custom front cards? There are a lot of printing companies that have like a playing card printing, so you can get them printed. They are kind of expensive though. If there is a thing that you want to do and you want to just have something written on cards, it's cheaper to get blank cards and then write on them, or you can probably print and like paste it on. But yeah, because like you have to buy a certain number of like things in bulk. Like I had when I had my wedding, I had the party favors being a deck of playing cards, and this was well before I got into Magic, so I didn't even know it was going to be a relevant thing. But it was pretty expensive just to get like 50 decks of cards printed. So Chris, I'm like buying a card with someone's name printed on the front. Yeah, the easiest thing to do if you don't care about the quality of card that it's on or the size of the card is that I believe getting business cards printed is much cheaper. If you're doing a one-off, that might be extremely expensive. But if you're making like, packets of like 20 or 30 for each name, then probably business card printings is probably going to be the best thing cost wise. If you need it to be on a playing card, that'll be much more expensive. Let's see. I've seen custom backs. Oh yeah, custom. So yes, yeah. So the thing is, if you need it to feel like a good playing card, these are printed by the U.S. Playing Card Company, USPCC, and they have restrictions on what you can put on them. There are some other custom places where they'll print it on similar card stock, but they do some things to get around any weird legalities or something like that. So just so you know. Okay, we have Twisting the Aces. This is just a genuine trick that just uses the 4 aces. Requested by Chris M.E. And it seems like Chris M.E. is like going through and requesting all the cards and all the card tricks in the family of Twisting the Aces. So I believe this wraps up the third one on the list. So okay, so what we have here are the 4 aces, and this is the classic version made by someone named Di Vernon. For those of you who are not into Magic, Di Vernon is actually one of the most famous names in card Magic because he was super famous. But this is like the version in which it's closest to like the classic version, that if you see a Twisting the Aces version, this is probably the version. Normally, we're going to try and turn these cards over, aces, one at a time. But I want to do it magically, so I can't do it like this. That would be cheating because that's how normal people would do it. So we're not going to do it that way. What we're going to do is we're going to do it a different way. I'm going to hold the pack and give it a small magical twist. And believe it or not, that is actually going to turn up the Ace of Hearts. I'm going to hold the pack and give it a magical twist. And believe it or not, that's going to turn the Ace of Hearts face down and turn up the Ace of Clubs. I know, super weird, right? Now I'm going to hold the pack and give it a small magical twist. And believe it or not, that's going to turn up the Ace of Diamonds. Now the final ace is the Ace of Spades. I swear it is magically resistant. And it is basically problematic when doing this trick. So look, if I show you all 4 cards are face down, even if I give it a magical twist, the Ace of Spades is still face down. Even if I give it 2 magical twists, some astute viewers might say it is 3 cumulative magical twists. It is still not face up. But if I just go ahead and just tell the internet, hey guys, send magic to the packet. Anybody who wants to type ones in chat, that's how you send magic through the internet pipes. Send ones to the packet. Let's go. Let's see some ones in chat. Okay, Aesven sends a 1. Alright. Oh, checking the gaff meter sends a ton of magic. Meow2 sends a 1. And Gibson Len sends a 1. And Aesven sends 2 more. And believe it or not, that is probably enough magic for the Ace of Spades. Because the internet pipes are good here. So it has received all of the magic. And there, my good friends, is Twisting the Aces. Did we do it? Yes, you did it! You did it! Well done, everybody. Good job. One of the best things that I like to do with this trick is if there is a young child or kid in the audience, I will hand them this packet at the end, and when the Ace of Spades turns face up at the end in their hands, they're like, whoa, that's so cool. Like, it's pretty awesome. Thank you for the claps. Gibson Lens, Aosven, Tiger Lily. Thank you very much. Thank you kindly. Checking the gaff meter. High fives, high fives. Bam. All right. How long have I been streaming? It's a great question. 2.5 hours. Okay, it is past midnight, almost 12:30 for me. I'm on the East Coast. All right, this is last call. If anybody wants to request anything, feel free. Otherwise, I will choose one to be the finale, and then we will end after that. In the interim, let me close the. Well, before I close, let me clear the queue and check to see what the situation for me to raid somebody is. Oh, did David Piano just start streaming? Because he was in chat earlier. We can raid David Piano. If anybody doesn't mind, I normally raid a bunch of people that I know. I like to hang out with a bunch of the Twitch musicians as well, so it's usually... Chris M.E. says, finale time! Sarcasm in chat says, the worst words I can hear. Oh, I'm so sorry. Eosfen, love, catch you friend, happy I finally able to stop by. Well, I'm glad you were able to join us, Eosfen. Thank you kindly. Yes, I'm sorry I don't have a schedule, but so yeah, awesome, cool. Let me and let's see. Request dazed. Oh, okay, excellent. Oh, that's a great closer. We'll do that one. I hope we don't mess this up too. Dazed. Oh, okay. So when I first saw this trick, let's see. Meow2 says, Nam, what's your opinion on the Magic Secrets Revealed TV series? So I don't mind that the show was made. I think a lot of magicians hate the fact that it was basically made widely available and basically put on TV for everybody to watch. But otherwise, like, the thing is, if you don't teach the secrets of magic, the art of magic could die, right? And so I don't really have this philosophy of, strictly, I can't tell anything, but I think I've kept it a very strict, I will teach people magic if they want to learn to perform magic and not if they just want to know the secrets. And so that's kind of like my view. Also, like, that particular special was put on at a time when few people knew much about magic, and it was not as connected as it is today. And so, like, it was probably some people's first dip into like revealing of some magic things, and it's like, oh, magic is like very logical. And so I think that got a lot of people who are into like critical thinking, people who are like engineers and things like that, into magic. And so I didn't think it hurt, but it definitely didn't get any good rep at the time, which is also similar to if you've heard the names Penn and Teller. They have a show called Penn and Teller Fool Us, but how they got started was they would do magic tricks in a very both a different style kind of way, but also they would expose some of the tricks as they were doing them, and doing that they became known as the bad boys of magic. But I mean, if you look at them now, they're both very well respected in the world of magic. So they did that for a few years. They became famous. Then their repertoire of magic just built up, and now they're just like this famous powerhouse of like magic. So yeah. All right, cool. So I'm gonna go ahead and oh, actually, yeah. If we can just close the queue, we're gonna close out with Dazed, and I will only add another trick after this if I mess this one up. So, all right, guys, this is Dazed. I have a packet of cards. There's 6 cards here. We have a 6 of diamonds, Queen of clubs, and this is a packet of 4 cards. Now, oh yeah, Mia too. I'm glad you enjoyed the answers. You're welcome. So that's my personal view. So we've got 4 cards here. So if I show you the backs, they look normal. But if I show you the other side, what would normally be considered the fronts, you'll also see that they're weird because there's also backs there on most of the cards, except for this one. This one is blank on one side. So it's super strange, super weird. So here's the thing. We have these other double back cards, and there's something strange with these because they have a strange property to take on when they reflect one of these cards. If I go ahead and I just wave this over this 6, you'll notice that this becomes a 6. Not just this, but actually all of the cards become a 6 of diamonds. I know, super weird, right? Now if I go ahead and I take this queen and I go ahead and I close it up here, it's now touching the bottom. Some magicians will actually say, oh, look, I'm now going to make the queen jump up to the top. But that's not true. They don't make it jump up to the top. If I show you the top card, it's not because it jumped up to the top. It's because all of the cards have now become a queen of diamonds. I know. Super strange. Sorry, I said queen of diamonds. Queen of clubs. That's what I meant to say. I mean, you guys saw it. Queen of clubs. And now what we have here is this blank card that is super strange, right? Now if I go ahead and I just, place it on top of the deck, and I go ahead and I just show you that it's on top of the deck. Believe it or not, this now reflects the whole packet, because if I show you, all of the cards are now blank. And I'm like, wow, that's so crazy, right? And here's the thing. Some people think that that's how all the fronts are, but now they ask to see the backs, and here's all 4 backs. And so that, my good friends, after seeing this trick, you are dazed. FYI, don't lose any sleep over that one. Sleight of hand magic. But yeah, this is very strong closer. I really like this trick. So let's see. Catch up in chat. Oh yeah, what a fun show. Oh yes, definitely. Checking the gaff meter says, nuh-uh. Chris says, what? Checking the gaff meter. I'm so amazed. I don't even hear you. Checking the gaff meter. Ack. Chris says, holy moly. Ayo Sven, someone call ambulance. My brain is dead. Checking the gaff meter. I dazed. Ayo Sven says, haha, so impressed. Thank you for the claps. Gibson Len, sarcasm in shots. Chris M. Yee, thank you very much. Let's see, everybody, I would like to say thank you very much for being here. Thank you for coming. I actually did see my the light on my baby monitor flash once or twice, but it seemed like she went back to sleep during that time. So I was able to just continue through tonight and didn't have any interruptions. So I was very glad that I could provide the whole show to you and didn't have to walk away this time. So, and then also thank you everybody for the new follows. Thank you for any bits people gave me. Thank you for if you were just lurking. Thank you very much if you interacted with the show, because that helps make the show more fun for everybody. So if you requested something, if you chose a card, if you made guesses, so thank you very much. Totally appreciate that as well. And yeah, so let's get ready to raid David Piano. That's where we're going. I have a raid call. So if you want to copy that, then we can make some noise when we get over there. Let me just make sure that David Piano is still up and going. Oh, yep, only been streaming for half an hour. Awesome, this will be perfect. Okay, let's see here. All right. If anybody has any final thoughts, feel free. But otherwise, thank you very much for coming. Thank you for enjoying. I had fun tonight, and also like doing sleight of hand magic. I do sleight of hand magic for me to relax. Like I'll do it, but of course, if other people can enjoy it while I'm doing it, awesome, right? So, all right. I'm going to start the raid, and then if anybody wants to come along, feel free. I do enjoy hanging out with music streamers, but once again, if anybody wants some more magic, I have a YouTube. Lots of magic there. I did a project for 100 tricks in 100 days, also there. But otherwise, I greatly appreciate everybody being here. So, all right, feel free to copy the raid message. We're going to start the raid. All right. You have a glorious day. See ya.